Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Is my screen coming to all of you? Okay, great. We will talk today about using Moodle to run your own university. Actually, I've been using Moodle since 2004, and I use it at many universities, at Command University, Dubai University, Alliance University, uh, IIUM University in Malaysia, and I find it very convenient and good platform to use for teaching, learning, communicating with students, and to share with them whatever I want to share, either inside the classroom or outside the classroom. So, uh, so this is the website that where we can get Moodle from, and it is from Moodle.org. And actually, it's um, what we call it a learning management system, and also they call it course management system, and sometimes they call it a virtual environment. And actually, it's a free web application that any institute, anyone, any teacher, any person can download and use to train and teach other people with this platform. We have lots of learning management systems. Actually, the first one I used, they used to call it the Learning Management, TLM. Then later on, I was introduced to Blackboard Management System. It was good, but actually it was very expensive to be used for private universities and private institutes. Uh, then we find out that Moodle is a free uh, software, and it's available on the net with lots of information. So people, they can log into the Moodle website, and as I mentioned, it's for free. You don't have to pay anything for it. And lots of universities, as I mentioned, like UAE University, Dubai University, New York University, Alliance University, uh, and it is now spreading all over the world. And not only universities that they are using it. Now they are using it for K-12 schools in United States of America. And what makes it special for me, that they have lots of manuals, videos, and support. They have a discussion forum that if you face any problem, people will help you. And actually, they have a very good support. You just put your question or your problem, and you will have so many people come and help you with it. So why I use Moodle, or why other people use Moodle? Actually, it builds rich collaborative communities of learning. It's a way to deliver content. It's a very good space to share documents, videos, files, audios. Also, it has a feature of creating forums, databases, wikis, and for any course that you want to create a glossary, there is a space that enables you to create a glossary for each course that you are going to teach. It's got also a news forum. This news forum will help people to, send like the news, what's happening, what's going on. And this news forum actually will send you an email informing you what's happening and what's going on. Plus, they have a very nice chat rooms. In these chat rooms, you can again create your own room, your own private room with your students, so you can contact them, communicate with them, and give them the appropriate and timely help to enable them to understand the content of your course. Another thing that Moodle got is calendar. And after a while, I will show you how we will use these forms and how we can utilize them. And also, Moodle got so many features, and actually, Moodle is open, so you can embed it inside it lots of programs. So it can be a platform also to join with other programs. So do I have to be really good with technology to use Moodle? Actually, no. I mean, to use Moodle, you only have to know how to put your login name and password, then log in. If you want to get the information, either you read it from the web or you download it. If you want to submit something, you just upload it. So it's like, as any skill that you need or you use for a daily use. And to install it, you need a little more knowledge, of course, but guidance is provided. And actually, Moodle, they provide you with a guideline with pictures. And sometimes they have videos to show you how to install it step by step. And they have a very good technical support for that. According to Stephen Downes, LMS can be like a community where every member is a teacher and a learner. So, yes, teachers can use it and students also can use it to share knowledge. So this is our Moodle. If you go to our Webinar Academy, there is an icon. If you click on it, My Courses, it will give you this website. It will take you to this website, and it will ask you to log in by just clicking on the here. You click on login. Once you click on login, it will ask you to put the username and password. Here, the username and password. Then you click again on login. This is the interface. And what you see, usually what you see. This is how in Webinar Academy we created the interface. You can change this interface. You can add pictures. You can add logos. You can remove the calendar from here. You can highlight it. You can hide it. And from here, you have the navigation column where you can navigate the courses and navigate whatever that's inside your account. As you see here, we have inside Moodle two courses, Webinar 101 and Webinar 102. And on your right, you will see a welcoming message to tell you about any information that you want to know. Again, here you have the calendar. Actually, in that calendar, you can highlight the important dates. For example, if there is a meeting, you can add it to the calendar and share it with other people who are taking this course. Again, you can highlight important dates like exams, meetings, webinars, or any activities that you want to give attention to for the people who participate or share this course with you. On my left hand, you can see here my home, side pages, my profile, and my courses. If you click on each one of them, you will have a sub menus. Okay, this is where we can consider this page it's okay, but I could have done better than that. The side pages here we have blogs, we have tags, we have calendar. And also under my profile, I can view my profile, I can edit my profile, I can add to my profile. Uh, in your profile, usually you put your name, your address, what time people can contact you, how to contact you. You can put your Facebook account, you can put your uh, Twitter account, email, all kinds of social media. You can link it to your profile. Also, we have forum posts. You can read your post. You can create a discussion on that forum, or you can see other people's discussions. Also, there is a great benefit or a great feature here at Moodle. You don't have to go and create your own blog outside of the Moodle. You can create your own blog inside Moodle, so people who want to share with you knowledge, or you want to share the knowledge with people, you don't have to take them here and there to follow you. Actually, you can create your own blog inside Moodle and share it with others. Also, there is a message board. In that message, you can send one-to-one message, or you can one-to-all message, or one-to-group message. This is if you want to inform certain people or certain group of people about an event, about a new content, a new way of doing your business. If you find out a good video that will help your students or your participants to get more benefits from the internet, and it is really nice. Also, we have something called my private file. Here, it's a space where we can create our own files. We can save our own files, upload them here, and either keep them for ourselves so no one can see them, or we can simply share them with others. So these files is like it's a place you can store your files, so you can get to these files from anywhere. Or if you want to share these files, if they are like, if you find out that some of these files are very important to other people, that might benefit them, so you just go and share it with them. In my courses, you will see all the courses. If you are the owner of this platform, you will see the courses that you created. And if you are a student of other uh, trainers, also you will see the courses that you join as a student or as a trainer. So here under my courses, you will find two kinds of courses. Your courses as a trainer, if you train people, or as a teacher, if you are teaching people. So you can create your own courses and you can add to them. And also you can see here the courses that you join as a trainer or as a student. Also, we have here the settings where we can do and manage our profile settings. It means that I can put my profile to be public so anyone can see it, or I can make it private, or I can show some of my profile to certain group of people and hide it to other people who are not, for example, not logged in to the system. And this is an example of a discussion about Moodle or a discussion forum. And as you see here, I use a snapshot from the Moodle website. They have a discussion forum, and once we start our discussion forum in Moodle, it will look like this one. As you see here, you can see that they have lots of discussion going on, and this is the topic. It's my first impression of Moodle. Okay, it was started by Scene, and it got 62 replies, and the last post was on Wednesday, 14th of March, and by Eric. Another discussion here is Moodle 1.9 versus Moodle 2, and it was started by uh, Iksan Ilyas and only got one reply. So here, as you can see, lots of people discussing lots of topics related to Moodle. In your course, of course, you can add a discussion for the topics. Like for here, you can add a new discussion topic. And this feature, you can enable it or disable it. For example, if this is my course and I don't want any discussion started by the students or my trainers, I want to be the only person who do or create discussion topics, I will disable this for other people. But if I want it to be open, I can just make it open and available to all participants so they can add any topic and discuss it within this forum. So let's go to the real thing here. Up to now, any questions? If there is any question related to Moodle? Amir?
I think we're okay. No questions that I can see.
Okay. So this is our, okay, can you see now my screen?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. So this is, as I mentioned, this is our Moodle for the webinar. And here, when I click on my courses, actually, let's go to home. This is home after I logged in. And as I mentioned here, you have the welcoming message here, and you have the calendar. You can navigate the calendar and you can see, so you can see next month or previous month. So here, actually, as a moderator or as an owner of the course, you can create events and add these events and put them here instead of just sending messages to people. Actually, you can create events, and that event will be highlighted in a different color. So people can, once they click on it, they will see what's going on and what's the event that you are going to talk about. And here at the middle, you will see my courses. And for example, here, this is Webinar 101. Once we click it, I can see Webinar 101, and can I see the content of this and the best way to learn, the certification, all the information needed for Webinar 101. And as I mentioned before, here we have glossary. So once we click on a glossary, we can see the meanings. And actually, for A, if you go for F, okay, for J, for T, okay. So you can add whatever glossary that you want to create for your courses. You can browse them by alphabet or by category or by date, the date that they were created in, or by author who wrote these things. As I mentioned before, here is Amir created this one. So when I browse by author, I can see that Amir created a glossary about what is Ajax. Okay, so how we can go back to this our course? Actually, we go to here, webinar 101. We go down here and we can see that we have a news forum. In that, it's an empty news forum. Okay, so but we can create a content here, but as I mentioned, it's empty now. Later on, we can create more news on it, and we have Urology forum, and we have Webinar 101 chat room. Okay, so here you click here to enter the chat room, more accessible interface, or view past chat sessions. And this is a good way. I mean, instead of using other things, we just go and use one platform, which is the Moodle. I mean, we don't have to use MSN, Yahoo, Skype, other features. It's all in here. So you don't have to create several passwords, lots of logins. You have to add people in each and every platform. It's all in here. You don't have to go out of it. Another thing that we can do is, as I mentioned before, here another topic that we are talking about, then another topic, and we can add more topic. And actually, here Amir, he used topic outline in numbering, as you see here, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. There is another way we can put it here. Instead of numbering, we can set it by weeks, okay? Or we can set it by a month, or we can set it by date. You can say like from 14th of March up to 16th of March, we will do this, 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 and that. So this is another way of putting the information to the uh, student. Here it's got a search feature. So again, if the students want to do search for a certain term or a certain information that they missed it or they lost it, they can just type here the kind of information that they are looking for. And here again, for you as a teacher or as a student, you can see the recent activities. For a teacher, you can have a full report of recent activities, and there is a good feature in Moodle. It will give you a detailed information about who logged in, what time, how long he stayed in each feature, if they download anything, if they upload anything, whatever activities inside this course, you can see it as a teacher. And this feature actually will help you see what part of your course were of interest for your students, what kind of things that they really downloaded so many times means that they have interested in it. And you can see the sections that they never go, so you can give them the least attention. And or you can go and check what's wrong with these sections, why people don't like to go there anymore. So you can modify it to make your course more useful for your students, because the way that your students navigate Moodle give you an indication what works with them and what's not. So it will help you a lot in doing these things, in modifying your course, in adding content to your uh, course, to modify the content in a way to become more attractive or more beneficial to your students. Also, we have side pages, as I mentioned. We have blogs, we have tags, we have calendars, and also we have something called my profile. So if I want to see my profile, I can view my profile from here. You can see my the country, the city, the courses I'm taking, when it was the first access, when was the last access for me, and I can do edit profile here. So here I can add all the information that I want to share with people. I can upload the picture. I can write and share about my interests. I can add all my social media connections, Yahoo ID, MSN ID. ID number, institution, department, phone, mobile phone, address, web page, ICQ number, Skype ID. So it's like more or less whatever you put here, it's about you and how you want people, how much you want people to know about you. Okay. Also, there is a feature of changing password, and there is also the messaging. How many messages I get, how many messages I send, how many. Okay. So here I can see the pop notification or email. Okay. Usually, for me, I advise you to use the email. Okay. And because if you just make it pop-up notification, you will never know what's going on until you look into your Moodle. But if you choose the pop-up notification, this is if you use pop-up notification, you will never know what's going on until you log in to Moodle. But if you use email notification, it means that whatever happens inside this Moodle and your courses, it will come to you as an email message. So it will help you if you are a heavy user of the email, like me. You check it every 2 minutes. Definitely, you will not miss anything. So whenever people send you messages, asking questions, asking for help, definitely you can go and help them with these things. Okay, and let's go to my home. Okay, so this is course number 1, and I mentioned about how we do this thing. Here are the other course, webinar 102, and again, here you can see that we have video sales and marketing. Here we have what is e-commerciology. If we click on it, okay, it will take us to the videos embedded inside Moodle, okay? And so how, and it will ask you how to do the payment, how to use the things, how to log in, how to call, how to contact people. So this is one way of communicating with your students or giving them the content that you want to. Another way is, as you see here, we have the productivity, be effective. Okay. Again, we have videos. Here we have video number 1 and video number 2 and video number 3. And actually, this is just a tip or advice. Use your videos, upload them on Vimeo, because most of the universities nowadays they block YouTube because they said that it's like students log into YouTube and they use the bandwidth and it will slow the network, and sometimes students misuse the service. So most of the universities nowadays they block YouTube, and Vimeo is more professional platform to upload your videos on. So yes, I advise you to use Vimeo to upload your videos, then share it with your students inside or embedded inside Moodle. Okay, so and then we go to home. Uh, this is just an introduction for today, and I hope that all of you get benefits. And I leave the mic to Amir, and if you have any questions, I'm open to all questions.
Okay, perfect. Anas,
Okay, Amir?
thank you very much. That was excellent. Actually, I'll let you guys know, like, I invested a lot of my own money building software, and now one of the strategies that I'm taking is looking at more open source software to do this, because when you go into any sort of big project, you end up spending the costs always increase. And when we were looking on how to do Webpreneur Academy and what was the best way to do it, now we also look through a lot of online platforms, and Moodle is free. It's open source. It's being used in a lot more universities. So if you're also interested in teaching or any of these aspects, I recommend it, and you can look into it. Hopefully some of you will join us in this Webpreneur 101 course, but you'll be able to use it as a student on it. Now, Moodle doesn't do so much the payment taking aspect of it, so we've used another platform, Shop Markaz, but you can build all these modules as Inas mentioned. And so what we've got is, sorry, Inas, did you want to say anything?
No,
Okay.
Actually, did that by itself.
Okay, no, because I'm muting you. Okay, so we've gotten an excellent overview on it. Now, what I've learned, I literally had one client this week who was about to spend $100,000 developing some sort of software. What I had him do was go online and look to see similar softwares that might have already existed. So I'm going to show you a little secret, which if I had known this existed a few months or a year ago, it would have saved me literally tens of thousands of dollars. What you can do is you can go to a place called softoculus.com/softwares. And these are all open source softwares that you can use for your systems. For instance, you have content management system. So whatever website you use or you put up, you'll need a content management system. So you can either do everything yourself from scratch. So that means you are building everything from scratch, knowing HTML code. So just to give you an idea what HTML looks like, this is HTML code, right? It's really, really messy. And in the old days when I started my web career, this is what we learned how to do and write code like this. Yeah, you can see what a table looks like. It's TD. All this stuff is all HTML. Now, over the few years, and this is why it's really an exciting time to be an internet entrepreneur, is that it's become really easy to build sites. So I'll give you an example. This right here is a site hosted on WordPress, which is one of my sites, right? So WordPress is a really popular content management system, and this is the site in front of the scene, and behind the scenes, it's this, right? And what you'll be able to see is how easily I can change all these things around. I don't need to know coding anymore to be able to do this. So if I go here, I log in, and now I'm logging in behind the scenes of this platform, and I'm able to access my content. So if I look here, I've got pages. I can add a new page. I can give it a title, and I can do whatever I want here, right? So I can have this bold, italic. I can have it any way, which way. Like this is just like using Word, right? And this is how I can, now if I want to see the HTML, this is the HTML that the site puts in for me. But the cool thing for those people that are not techies is that this is all taking care of all the HTML stuff for you. So you can do all this stuff, right? So You don't now need to know this HTML that I just showed you like this, because it'll get messy. You can instead do it quite easily like this. And this is not only in WordPress, but there's many content management systems, a lot of which you can get from here, softoculus.com, right? So you can see, for instance, blogging, WordPress is free, and you can read up about a lot of these systems. Now, if you want to have your own site and set it up, you can go to hostmarkaz.com, get one of these packages. So I would start with a $5 a month starter package. And when you go through it, it will help you set up any, so you pick a domain name. It has to be free. There can only be one domain. You go through this whole process. It'll also, the cool thing is, it'll install Google Apps for you, which is free. And when you go here, it'll say what content management system you want. Now, they've got 3 in here, OpenCart and Joomla and WordPress. But you know, you just select your username, password, and now you've got a content management system there. Now, the reason I'm telling you about this is because it will save you from having to start from scratch. If you want to set up a type of ad management website or a social networking site or polls or survey or e-commerce even, these are all free open source stuff. So if you go to Shop Markaz, it'll give you OpenCart as the installer. Over here is also the learning management system of Moodle, as Inas was explaining. So when you use it, you know, it's giving us really great educational tools. So this is about it. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. My screen was invisible. The screen was still with Inas, which is a newbie mistake. So let me just do this. So anyway, does anyone have any questions on any of this stuff that I've been talking about? You can raise your hand and go ahead and ask me. I'm gonna put on Newton. Newton, hi Newton. You have any questions? Hi.
Hi, Amir. Unfortunately, we didn't
Yeah.
see your screen.
I apologize. I realized I didn't switch the screen. Now you can see my screen, right?
No.
Not now anymore. Make presenter. No, I should be now the presenter. Can you see screen now?
Still the default. Yeah.
Okay, just to go over what I was showing was this is what HTML code looks like. So you know you can see HTML code for anywhere by going to view and then view source. And this is what HTML code looks like. It looks really messy. What I showed was the second thing was this website called softoculus.com, which will enable people to, that has a lot of these open source scripts and things available. And now so much is available for free that rather than investing your own money developing something from scratch, you take something that exists and modify it. You know, because it's open source, you can take it and you can create your own softwares. And one of them is Moodle, as Inas was explaining. So there's a few more, and you know, this is what we looked at for it. Yeah. So actually, I learned a lot today from Inas because I'm using as you know Moodle, and we set this up, but I think Inas is our expert on this, and Newton and I are also learning this, right, and using it for our students. One of the things that we can do with Moodle is also set up cohorts, so you can have a whole bunch of students added up and at the same time. So, for instance, now I've started teaching at the University of Dubai, and all my students, I have 120 students, I can just simply get them all onto the Webpreneur Academy course. And you know, a lot of what education is moving towards, it's moving towards that people will learn at home like you're doing now. And when they come into the classroom, it's actually to discuss the ideas and things that they've learned, right? So in the old economy, for instance, it gets really boring for someone like myself to keep teaching same things over and over again. And now, having created a Moodle platform, people like Newton, myself, and us, we can all share our content. And what we've got is a way to educate more people. So if you go through here, you know, there's even exams at the end. And these videos, they took quite a long time to create. You know, every 1 hour of video, it took me approximately 11 hours of editing, just so we could make it a lot more efficient.
Hi, this is Amir and Zur.
So
Welcome
a course,
to Uology. This module has three
course,
objectives.
it can go like this, and then the students can learn themselves. And when my students come into the classroom, we then discuss what they learned and how to apply it to their own businesses. So it's a lot more efficient way of learning than, you know, the teacher teaching and then being a one-way interaction. Now, because the students are getting all the content at home, they're learning, they're setting up their business, and they can go through things at their own speed. So the difference between, you know, normal traditional education was once you learned something in the classroom, and if you were a little behind, for instance, you couldn't follow on with the teacher, and you didn't have the confidence to ask a question, you would be stuck. But with this, you can learn at home at your own pace, and if you don't get a concept, you can research further into it. There's no one, you know, the teacher is not moving the classroom all at the same pace. And then when you come into the class, you discuss what you've learned, and this is how education will switch. So a couple of other great sites that I'm a big believer in is, for instance, Khan Academy. This is not using Moodle, but it's got some great knowledge on here. So you can see 130 million lessons delivered. That's views, but it has all the curriculum from kindergarten through to 12th grade that students can go through, right? Algebra. So if you can go through here, and now, I mean, think about how this is changing the world of education, because in the old economy, what was happening was if I got stuck with a bad teacher or bad quality teacher, that was my problem. I didn't learn as well. It would impact the grades I would get on my exams, and it could potentially terminate my career. With this, I can go and look at if I want to learn division or anything else, I can go learn it. It's on, all of this is on YouTube as well, right? So you can go through.
Let's now see if we can divide into larger numbers. And just as a starting point, in order to divide into larger numbers,
and now you can see how he's going through and teaching, right? So you can teach your own self as well. Now with Khan Academy, it's all free content. They're not using Moodle, they're using another platform, but almost everything is on the website, on YouTube. With ourselves, with Webpreneur, you know, we're not funded by anyone, by any government or anything like this. Khan Academy actually got a couple of $1 million recently from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. For us, we make our money through selling it to students, right? So for us, we're selling this course for $199, for instance, and students can then go through the whole course and you know, take the exam, etc., and then get started on it. So it goes through. You can see what the curriculum is about. But what we're saying is essentially the point of today's lesson was around learning how to create your own university. And as you're seeing behind the scenes, we're using Moodle, free open source software, very popular in universities. And if you guys are interested, look that up as well. I'm going to put some other people on. So Rajiv. Hi, Rajiv. Okay, anyone else? Because otherwise we're going to call it a day for the webinars. Actually, I'll ask Newton, who's been using this. Hi, Newton. Yeah, you've been using now this the Moodle platform for the webpreneur courses. What do you think?
For me, initially, I went through the website.
Yeah.
The curriculum was on wordpress.com. So compared to on the website and on Moodle, I think Moodle is better. You know, it gives it the educational feel. It's more structured. As opposed
just
to
so you know, we're improving things all the time at Webpreneur, right? So as we learn, you know, we're sort of learning ourselves, right? So initially we had the content on a forum-based software, and it wasn't so educational based. Now we've gone with Moodle, and I think it's a lot better experience. Even now, you know, we can improve it. For instance, all the glossary and all this stuff, we can put a lot more content on. But I think as a base, it's a good place for us to establish a university, which we will, or an academy, which over time we can, you know, grow into a lot more content. And I think wikis and all this stuff, when we really get a hold of it, it's really going to be amazing content. Yeah. So also easier way to answer questions. Okay, anything else to add to the Moodle or online education? Because now, look, you've been learning online for a year now, right? Through this, when you started with Webpreneur curriculum and stuff, what do you think overall? Now, I mean, you've been learning from myself for the last year. We started working together, right? And you started up your first business. What do you think about the online learning experience as opposed to traditional learning classroom?
First, I can say the content is great. You know, this when you go through it, you realize that this is content which has taken a lot of time to build up on. The fact that it gives you the flexibility of doing it online, you can do it at your own pace. That's also
okay, awesome. And how can we improve it?
So overall, it's great.
The learning experience.
I think just by it being on Moodle currently, I think that's a great step. Because for me, initially, I did it from the website, and the experience was totally different.
Actually,
when I go through Moodle, it's
perfect. One of the things that we're doing is in Dubai, at least, we're holding a meetup on the last Saturday of the month for students, right? So I think this is a thing that you can also start in Nairobi.
Okay.
Is, you know, the people who get into it, this way you start building a community, right? So what happens is, you see, one of the reasons I started teaching this stuff was because I wanted other people around me to really get this stuff so I could learn from them eventually, right? And, you know, it's like in us, for instance, I taught her some of the internet stuff, but now, of course, she knows a lot more than me about other things, yeah? So now she's teaching me about Moodle. And this is the cool thing about joining a community, like a Webpreneur community, where we can all learn from each other, because the way that knowledge is exploding is it's too fast to keep up, right? So we need more and more people to teach us so we can keep on top of the game. And especially in this part, you know, you're based in Nairobi and us as in Al Ain in the UAE. I'm right now in Dubai. And this is, you know, we are on an even playing field. And what what I think with Webpreneur, what our objective is to help out the rest of the world, whereas a lot of this knowledge is really being spread in the US, for the past decade or so. But for us, in our parts of the world, it's still relatively new. So just by using it, loads of people are going to copy, edit, and then paste into their own networks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyone else in us? I'm just going to give you final words if you have any.
Sure.
All good?
Well, actually, I just want to thank you, Emir, for giving me this opportunity to share what I've learned through my experience. And I really appreciate this opportunity to meet new people who are interested in webinar and are coming to join our community. Thank you for the knowledge sharing, and hope to see you in another webinar soon. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time, and obviously a lot of knowledge in this. And we will catch up again. And so Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Dubai time, which is 4 p.m. GMT London time. We're on every week. Someone wants to teach, get in touch with myself, and we will go from there. This is Amir Anzur from webpreneuracademy.com. Thanks, everyone.